How you doing?
Yeah, she's a big girl.
What if I came down and ran through your yard every day?
Well, okay, that's fine. Look, there's no easement in my yard. There's an easement here.
For Duke?
No, for
Not
the,
for
No,
you.
not
for the
Duke.
cemetery,
No.
and we have permission from,
Well, we're going to have to go to court then.
Yeah.
well, you're going to have to take Paul Anderson because he has permission to access the cemetery. He's given us permission to access the cemetery.
We don't care.
Yeah.
Not too much. What's going on with you, Larry? Just a little cleanup job. I'm talking to Larry.
Well, this here is all private property now. There's no leeway or nothing.
Where?
All of that between the houses.
That's not what Chris told me.
When'd you talk to Chris?
I talked to Chris the day that y'all blocked me in here and everything. He come down the house. We had a conversation about it.
Yeah, but that's all changed. This is all private property now. The city deemed it to us. It became private property.
Right, but there's an easement there, Larry.
Only if you're up here to visit a relative.
Well, guests of the people too. We are guests.
That guest don't get it.
Yeah, we got a slip.
I got paperwork too.
Okay.
If you think I'm bullshitting you, I can call the cops and have you escorted from the property.
Okay.
So we're not going to go through this anymore, man.
All right.
So I don't know what you're going to do, but you can't be walking through here anymore.
Well, how are we going to get to this property here?
No idea.
Okay, well that's not going to work. We got an easement over there.
No, you don't have any. Only if you're here to visit relatives.
Well, or the guests of those people.
If you think I'm kidding, I can call the cops now and then come down here and get you out of here.
Okay.
I guarantee you.
All right.
This is getting old. Everybody's getting tired of this bullshit.
What are you tired of?
Tired of this.
Well, it's here. It's not going anywhere. This is private property here.
Yeah, but it's not yours. That's ours.
Well, okay. All right, Larry. All right, Larry. Well, I talked to the owner, and the owner told us, the owner of that property told me it's okay. He said we got free reign to do what we got to do.
I'm going to call the police and they'll let you set you straight.
Okay. Larry said he's going to call the police on us.
What?
Larry said he's going to call the police on us.
Maybe we'll whip out my phone.
Okay.
Sucks walking up a hill after leg day. Hi guys.
Hey.
How's it
no
going?
problem.
Well, we know.
How long has this cemetery been here?
It's
Since
our founding father is buried here. The city of Brumley's founding father. So
Yeah.
it's
Where's
been,
the actual graves at? Still looking for them?
See all those flags?
So, all the flags have thrown. Somebody's thrown 6 or 8 of them over there. And,
So you got to figure out where
yeah,
they're.
well, we can never figure out where
That's
they go.
true. Just try to make it the best way possible.
Yeah, so.
Oh wow, there's a lot of good wood. Is that a
Cherry and locust.
cherry and locust in there?
Yeah.
That'd be good in a smoker.
Yeah. You got a smoker?
Oh yeah.
Well, come on down and help me get it out.
Yeah, no, right? I wish I could. I got a lot too many pots in the fire right now. So here's the sitch. We're gonna stay out of it because it's a civil matter. But the only thing that we're going to apply until it's resolved, because of the council passing to where that this is now private property, I recommend you getting whoever supposedly has permission from the owner, making it written.
We do.
Okay,
You
and
wanna see
presenting
it?
it to council, and then there has to be an agreement with the landowner, because I guess the ordinance, and I'm trying to understand the ordinance. You guys know the ordinance as much as I do. They are written by lawyers.
Well, it's an
okay?
easement
There's
right
2
there.
easements on the property. One for Duke Energy, not Duke, I'm sorry, SV1.
Yes.
And the other one is to access the cemetery
Yes.
with permission of the owner, which we do have from his attorney, permission slips. Let me see if
But
I-
it's written in the ordinance. It has to be family members
Or the
that-
guest.
Or guest.
or guests.
The permission
Okay.
slip is written that the owner and or his guests may access the cemetery.
And
Okay.
we are
That
we
was
are
from
guests
his
of the
attorney.
owner.
When and I'm not disagreeing it by no
Right.
means. It's a civil matter, but to keep the peace here, council meeting is coming up. I know you guys are a staple at the council meetings, so and I'll most likely be the one to be there. I'm going to tell. I already told him he needs to complain to the council. It needs to be resolved.
First of all, he's not the owner.
It's this guy and this guy.
No.
No.
He has 10
This
foot
guy
of the
owns it.
property. He
That's
has
his
the
brother.
His brother has
Yeah.
the easement,
Yes.
so he has no right to complain.
And well, I'm not saying he does or don't. His brother's not home. I haven't talked to him. He's not the one calling and complaining. I know that there's some indifferences, if you will, between, or for some reason, I don't know why. I don't know why we can't all
because
just
of
get-
this right here.
Right, I get it. I don't know why we can't all just get along in this world, but that's just the nature
Right.
of the beast.
Yeah.
Okay. Whether
We-
we have disagreements, we should be able to articulate those and
Yeah.
come to a resolution.
Right.
So the resolution, then I spoke to the chief. Okay. And as the operations supervisor, so that we don't have to deal with this anymore, I'm going to ask you guys to leave for the day, resolve it with the council meeting. I'm telling them the same thing. Figure it out. Take the written stuff, show it to the mayor, show it to the council meetings. Shoot that to me in an email. I can present that to the chief, and I can also present that to the mayor, and we can resolve this and say, look, according to, and that's what I told him. I says, if it says a guest and they have written permission, then they're allowed to be up there. But this is something, this is, like I said, civil matter needs to be handled through the council. Okay.
Well, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So, what does the council have to do with it? The guy that owns this property gave us permission.
It has to
And
do
that
with the
there's an
right-of-way
well,
and
there's an
easements
easement
and all
right
that kind of
here.
stuff. And it's also
Right.
an ordinance stating it. And I'm still trying to figure out exactly what this ordinance
May I see
says.
that?
Sure. I haven't had a chance to. I'm reading in the car a little bit, talk to the chief about it. They try to get through it all. I didn't see anything in there that said anything about a guest in the ordinance, or anything that said written permission. I'm still on the first page or two of it. But if I go back to my car and I'm reading it and I find out it says that, or I go talk to Miss Brittany, or I talk to the mayor, then I mean, he has no leg to stand on. But as of right now, it's private property, even with the leeway there to walk on. I know something about there's no vehicles allowed to be on it as well.
No.
So,
Well,
which I understand.
I don't
the
know
vehicle
who's.
thing,
I don't know where that says that in writing anywhere.
I don't know if it does or not. I haven't read that yet. I'm still trying to. It's written by an
First
attorney.
of all, you
so-
can't. What I've read on the law, you cannot block an easement with a vehicle. You're not allowed to block an easement. Period.
They park on it. He's parked on it right now.
Well, he's not blocking that. He's where his property is. He's not blocking an actual full access for a truck to get through.
Did you see the email I sent to the chief last weekend with
No.
the picture?
We both did. We did.
So no, that was the email. So Chief was working to resolve it, and he was going to push it out to us. We had a lot of other things.
There's
come
a
up.
picture in there
So-
of what they did to me last weekend when I came
No, he
in.
told me he
says-
blocked you guys in.
It
Yeah,
will include the
okay.
retention of any rights of ingress and egress for persons legally entitled to access the cemetery as they may now exist. And with our permission slip,
Okay.
it's a very bottom line there.
Forward that email to me. The one that you
can
sent
I-
to the chief.
Can I
Yeah, absolutely.
get your email?
Certainly.
Go ahead.
That's B.
B as in boy?
Yep. Dwayne, D-E-W.
Oops, hang on, D-E. All right, fingers you can type. D-E-W.
A-I-N-E.
A-I-N-E at
Park Hills.
Kentucky.net.
Park Hills, KY.net, yes.
At Park Hills, KY.net. I think it's time that we get a hold of Paul and
Yeah, I'll
Paul's
call
attorney. We need Paul's attorney there on council meeting night.
So,
Well, I don't know.
yeah, and
We'll
what
try.
what that'll do is that'll just, regardless of how people feel about it and what they can say whatever they want, but then it
Right.
would take the legality stance away from it.
Right.
Wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
They are allowed there. It's leeway saying as guests, I have the email, I will read over it, and I was kind of caught off guard by this today. When I came, I wasn't sure I was like, what cemetery, what's going on? I'd be honest with you, until like literally I called officer over here, there's a cemetery up here. I'm like, is there a cemetery? He goes, I kind of forgot about that one too.
So that's the thing nobody knows about. They let it get overgrown.
Right, which is
Did he
unfortunate.
tell you the conversation I had with the owner of the easement last weekend?
No, no. I don't
He
know if
came
he's
to my
aware.
house after they blocked me in and did all that ruckus, okay?
Yeah.
And I just left. I didn't, that was it. I got no reason for anything else.
Right.
He came to my house and he apologized. And he said that as far as he's concerned, we have full reign to do whatever we got to do through here. That's what he told me. Now, he's
Okay.
the owner of it.
Did you record that on your GoPro?
No, I did not. It was a surprise knock at the door. I wasn't really ready for that.
I got you. Okay.
But,
and that's the gentleman here.
Yeah, Chris
Yeah,
Wartman.
and I got the audio where he said he doesn't give an F about the cemetery.
So I guess he can change his mind whenever he wants,
Yeah, I mean,
So,
if if I get a chance to speak to Chris before I go home today, and he says that, then that takes the leg off of Larry.
Well,
Larry, I think his name is.
Yeah, that's Larry.
Terry is landlocked right now except for this easement.
We
I
have
mean,
no access.
we have no other option to take care of the cemetery, to do what we need to do in here, other than that easement. That's it. And so other than that, we have to cross over somebody else's
And if we
property.
get Stonewall at this
Which we
point
don't
in
wanna do.
time, what we've done is a total waste because we cleaned all this brush out, every bit of it, along with a group from Duke Energy.
Yeah, if this gets overgrown again this spring, we're screwed. We got to do all this again.
You know, I will say how it should be, and I won't cut any slack to anybody. I try to be fair. I'll cut slack, but when it comes to being fair between two parties, it is what it is, you know.
Right.
And so, with that being said, until I can iron this out, mayor can iron this out, council members can iron this out. It sounds to me like it should have been kept open, but
Thank
of course,
you.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know. I just in a suggestion.
Yeah, well, the thing of it is, it was given to them. It was not
Yeah.
even purchased. That's what boils.
Yes, I'm not aware of how that all came about. That's not my.
I know. but
Right.
I was
Prerogative, I
on
guess, but-
council when it happened, and I fought tooth and nail, and that's part of the problem.
That's part of the
Guarantee you,
problem.
If it wasn't Keith or I up here, it would be a walk in the park for
Sure.
whoever was doing it.
Maybe I agree. Maybe I don't agree or disagree, but I don't know. You could be right. I don't know.
Right.
So, but at the end of the day,
So just so you know, I mean, when you put it back in the hands of the city council, you got to be aware that the people that are contesting this are on the city council. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And
So that's what we're up against here.
Well, personally, I don't think it should be brought up at council. I think I'm going to go to the owner's attorney
That's fine.
and say this is what's going on and let him hammer it out. Because in my opinion, the city's out of it at this point. They gave the property to them,
Okay.
and in my opinion, the city's totally out of it.
If the ordinance, and I'll sit down and I'll actually study the ordinance because that's what I do. Normally, I come out with fully educated.
Sure.
Most of the time, when someone calls me on a city ordinance issue, the last thing I want to do is cite someone for a city ordinance violation. So I will literally sit down and say, well, this is what it sounds like to me. This is the way the interpretation of the law reads, and then I'll present it that way. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
Yeah,
Didn't realize this was an
understood.
ordinance issue, so
Understood.
I need to understand it
Gotcha.
better. But yeah, I mean that's the easy route, you know.
Yeah,
That's all it is.
yeah.
We just want peace.
We want
to
the
be able-
easy route. You know, we want peace. We just want to come in here and take care and clean this up and get it fixed up. That's
Yeah,
all.
I understand.
We're not looking. I already told them I want to be the nice guy. I don't want it to be this contention all the time. You know what I mean?
I got you.
That's not my goal. That's not why we're here. We don't come here for any reason other than the cemetery. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. I
So that's what
Well,
it
to
is.
be honest with you, when I was talking to him, his perception was that you guys were doing this just to be kind of jerks.
Oh
Because
my
there's, and I
God.
just straight up, I told him, so I don't know, I haven't talked to you guys yet.
Well,
so that's his perception.
Have you
So-
seen what we've been doing here? Can you see?
I do, yeah, I understand.
Okay.
I think perception is everything. So if that's his perception, the best way to ease the perception is that, look, man, we're just trying to clean it up.
I told
You know?
yeah, I told them that already.
Okay. Yeah.
That's their perception is going to be whatever they say it is to try to make it difficult for us. That's what it
I
is.
understand.
So anyway, well, we get it. So you know, that's cool.
We're
We'll
good.
do what we got to do,
We'll
Gail,
have-
and
we'll
you
have-
know,
it's
why
gonna be-
why don't you walk down here? I'll show you these headstones. Can you walk down this way with me? So look, this right here is a gravestone. The paupers and the primitive cemeteries.
there?
Yeah, there's one right there. Here, I'm gonna show you a bunch more of them too. Just look where the flags are at, okay? I mean, those are the ones that we found so far.
You know, once you get a good enough motor in there and get it all mowed down and get all this vine stuff, you know, you have to spray this
Well,
stuff
they
first.
actually said reading up on revitalizing the cemetery, these vines are good.
I would.
See, yeah, these
Brother,
are more modern gravestones here.
Interesting. And it's just all it says, nothing on the side?
No, the names are on the front there.
Is it?
It's hard to see where the sun is right now.
Got you.
No, right here on this side, Gail. Yeah,
Down.
those are the gardeners.
These were
Yeah.
the gardeners?
Yeah, these are Gardner family people.
They're pretty much eroded away.
So, there's several of them through here. Yeah, rocks don't stand themselves up vertically like that.
No.
Those
right.
were put here. There's lots of kids buried here.
I wonder if they're going this way and that way, or if they're going
That way.
that way.
See, that's the part I don't get yet.
Don't they?
I'm wondering why they're burying them on the side of a hill.
Well, good question. Here's a couple. This is a mother and her son here.
Let's say 1806. 1806. December.
Yeah, September something.
1817.
Yeah, these are. And then
Couple more. Three
Here's a-
3 or 4 more over here.
now that's Rebecca Gardner right there. My understanding is they lived right here where this house is, right here.
Yeah.
That's where they lived.
Oh my God. I'm getting too old for this stuff. There's my
Appreciate
card.
it.
Yep. So,
Yeah.
you guys have anything, just let me know.
Yeah, yeah.
Email's the best way to get in contact with me.
Okay.
I'm going to probably be out of town in the next few days. My dad's going in for a triple bypass, so
Okay.
I'll probably be out of town for a few days, but I'll have my phone and my computer with me so
Okay.
I can at least reply and
Okay.
go from there, okay?
All right. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.